Hello students. So now in this lecture we're gonna start with a fresh and new topic which is known as probability distribution. As this topic it is there for science as well as for commerce. For science it is a chapter number 7 from Max 2, and for commerce it is a chapter number 8 from Max 2. And weightage wise it is of 5 to 6 marks, I can say. And this chapter for science it has divided into two exercise 7.1 and 7.2, and for commerce it is divided into four exercise 8.1, 2, 3 and 4. As now we'll see some concept based on this topic. First we'll see the summary, what exactly we have to learn in this topic. As here we have the first thing, that is PMF. Then probability distribution of a discrete random variable. Then after that we have to learn about what do you mean by CDF. Then E of x, V of x, and this is STX. I hope this E of x and V of x, okay, you all might be knowing. Mean value variance, yes or no? Okay. And the next part is probability density function. So when you will see this, the first slot, that means from year to year, PMF, probability distribution of discrete random variable, CDF, and E of x, V of x, and SGX. It is your first exercise for commerce as well as for science. Probability density function, it is the second exercise for both commerce as well as science. So in this lecture we'll gonna deal with the concept for first and second exercise. Okay, so first we'll see what do you mean by PMF. It is a small letter PMF, it is not capital PMF. Okay, PMF stand for probability mass function. We'll see afterward what do you mean by exact meaning of probability mass function. That is the first thing which we have to learn in this topic. Then after that, probability distribution of a discrete random variable. Then after that, CDF. Here CDF, it is known as cumulative distribution function. C stand for cumulative, D stand for distribution, and F stand for function. Again it is small letter CDF. The next one is E of x, V of x, and SDX. EX, it is known as expected value, or else we can say it is also known as mean. V of x, it is known as a variance, and ST stand for standard deviation. Okay, and after that the second exercise where you will be dealing with this concept known as probability density function. Okay, so first we'll see what do you mean by PMF. So your PMF is known as what? Probability mass function. There are 3 points which you have to keep in your mind for PMF. The first one is what? This is known as what? Total, sigma, summation we can say. It means the total of P of x is equals to 1. It says that, suppose here we have one example. You will have this one box. This box is known as probability distribution. Remember, whenever the word comes probability distribution, it is usually represented in a tabular form. Remember, probability distribution means It is nothing, it is just a table with respect to x and p of x, where x, we can say it is a random variable, p of x is the probability of that particular random variable. You will have this box. Simply you have to check. You will have this box and they will say that check whether the given probability distribution, this table, is a PMF or not. Just simply we have to check whether this P of x can be considered as PMF or not. So here simply you have to remember this 3 point. The point number one, the total P of x, the total P of x, it should be equal to 1. That means as here we have the value of P of x, you have to add up this number and check whether it is equals to 1 or not. If it is equal to 1, yes, we can consider this as PMF. So when you will add 0.1, 0.2, 0.4 and 0.3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, clearly we can see that here we are getting 1.0. 1.0 means 1. Yes, we can consider this table as a PMF. Understood? So simply you will have this box and you have to check whether a given probability distribution, that means the value of P of x, is PMF or not. So what do you mean by PMF? Is probability mass function. Okay. So now, so here the point number one is what you have to check whether the sum of the number, it is equals to 1 or not. Point number two is what? The value of P of x, it should lies between 0 and 1. If the value is more than 1 or less than 0, that means more than 1. If in a box, if you see that the value is more than 1, like 1.2, 2.2, some any other number than 1, and less than 0, less than 0 means negative value, straight away you will say that it is not a PMF. Okay, to guess whether a probability distribution or else a P of x which is given is a PMF or not, so you have to remember these 3 points. So point number one, total it should be equal to 1. Point number two, okay, the value should lies, the P of x value should lies between 0 and 1. It should not be more than 1 or less than 0. Less than 0 means what? If you see any negative numbers, straight away you will say that it is not a PMF, because the value of P of x, probability, cannot be negative. Remember this possibility, the probability value cannot be negative. It will always lies between 0 and 1 only. Okay. The point number three is what? P of x cannot be negative. If it is negative, so P of x cannot be considered as PMF. First point, check it should be equal to 1. Second, if you see any number more than 1 or less than 0, that means negative number, straight away you will write it is not a PMF. Okay. Third point, P of x cannot be negative. So simply you have to check if you have a box, if these 3 points satisfy, so we can say it is PMF. So remember, total it should be equal to 1, the value should lies between 0 and 1, and the P of x value cannot be negative. So therefore we can say it is PMF. Now we'll move on to the second one, probability distribution of a discrete random variable. Okay, here what do you mean by random variable? Here we'll see random variable. Random variable means what? Suppose if we toss two coin, then what will be the sample space? Can I say sample space will be what? If a two coin is tossed, HH, HT, TH and TT, yes or no? Okay. So here we'll consider, let X as the number of heads. So how many number of heads are there in the sample space? Can I say there are two heads? There are one head also. Even there are no head. No head means what? Only tails are there. No means what? We have to consider as 0. So random variable means, suppose if you toss a coin, if you toss a two coin, so the sample space will be what? HH, HT, TH and TT. Suppose we have to find the probability for the number of heads. So what will be the value of X? So X will, we have to consider as 0, 1, 2. Okay, we cannot consider 3, as we have to toss the coin for two times. So you will get two heads on a coin, or else you will get one head on a coin, or else you will get no head. No means what? In probability language it is known as a 0. In random variable there are two types of variable. One is discrete and one is continuous. Now what do you mean by discrete variable? Discrete variable means a random variable x which can assume countable number is called as discrete random variable. It means, in a simple language I will explain, discrete random variable means what? The things which we can count. For example, if I say number of children in a family, can we count a number of children in a family? Yes. The value of x will be what? In a family there will be three children, yeah, two or else one, or else no children will be there in the family. Yes. So discrete random variable means what? A variable which we can count. Continuous random variable means what? Continuous random variable, so here I will take one simple example. Speed of a vehicle. Suppose a vehicle is a Activa. So here, can we count the speed of the vehicle? It varies. Sometime the speed will increase, sometime it will decrease. Sometime the speed will increase and sometime the speed will decrease, as it has a certain limit. It will start from 0, ending will be what? 120, 130 kilometer. Yes or no? Not more than that. Okay. So what do you mean by continuous random variable? It means it will have some certain interval. That means that number will lies between some numbers. Yes or no? Speed of the vehicle. Okay, it will be more than 0, but it cannot be less than 0. It can be less than 120, 130, but it cannot be more than 130. As we take example of Activa, it can be 130, 160, not more than that. Yes or no? So it has a certain interval. When a particular example has a certain interval, a certain range, so that types of example we have to consider as a continuous random variable. Okay, so once again I will explain. Discrete random variable means what? Assume that the given sentence is there and which we can count easily. And continuous random variable means what? Assume all the real values will lies within a given interval. Yes or no? We'll take one more example for discrete. If I say number of accidents on a national highway in a day, can we count number of accident on a national highway in a day? Yes, we can count. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 50, 100, or no accident on that particular day. That means 0. Suppose if I say that, if we take uh, one more example for continuous random variable. If I say the price of the commodity, a price of a gold, anything, so it will increase or it will decrease. It does not have a fixed value. like a speed of the vehicle. It will increase or it will decrease. It has a range, certain range. It lies between that interval. So got the point? So understood the difference between the discrete and the random variable. In simple language, discrete means what? Which we can count. Continuous means what? The real value will lies in a given interval. Okay, certain interval, a certain range. Okay, understood? So now we'll see the next part, that is CDF. CDF, here it is known as cumulative distribution function. So here I will write, it is known as cumulative distribution function. In short, we can write as what? CDF. Okay, so now about this we'll study when we'll see one example based on CDF. Right now we'll skip this part. We'll see this CDF when we'll deal with the sum based on CDF. Okay, so this part we'll see afterwards. Now we'll see the next important part when you will see the first exercise, the majority of the sums, it is based on this part, this section, where you have to find expected value, variance, and the standard deviation. Okay, I guess there are only one sum, it is based on CDF. So this part we'll see afterwards. We'll focus and we'll target on the major section of the first exercise. As your first exercise, it is based on expected value, to find expected value, variance, and standard deviation. So now we'll see the formulas. Okay, so for expected value is also known as mean. So the formula, the symbol which we use is E of x. The formula is what? Sigma, summation, total, anything you can say, xi into pi. You will have the value of xi and pi. In some question, this pi will be replaced by p of x or else only by p. The meaning of all the three it is same. Sometime xi will be replaced by small x or a capital X. The meaning it is same. So the first value is the random variable and the second value is the probability. Like suppose if here we have 1, 2, 3, here we have 0, 1 upon 3 and 2 by 3. Okay, so the first row will be xi and the second row will be what? Pi. Okay, now according to the formula it says that it is a total of xi and pi. So that means you will have xi, pi. Simply you have to multiply these two column where you will get xi, pi. After that you have to find the total of this. So according to the formula, we have to increase one column. As we have xi, pi, simply you have to multiply this two column where you will get the total of this, and this total of this, the answer which we will get here, actually it is known as what? E of x. Remember this. Okay, that was the first formula. Second formula is what? V of x. Second formula is what? V of x. To find V of x, what is the formula? It is capital E x square minus E of x the whole square. Now here we have E of x. Here you will get the value. That value you will substitute here. And what about E x square? So that you have to find separately. As for x it is xi. For x square, common sense it will be what? Xi square. Understood? And then pi will be same. Got the point? So here we got the formula for the second one. E of x square, that means total of xi square into pi. So with respect to the formula, here we have to increase two column. In the first you will find xi square. After that you will multiply xi square and pi, where you will get the total. This total, it is known as what? E of x square, and this total actually it is known as what? E of x. Got the point? Understood? After that we have to find the final step, that is variance of x. Variance of x, it means what? You have to subtract this two number, but the formula it says that suppose if the total for this it is 16 and here we are getting what? 3. So 3 square, suppose it is 9. Yes sir. This is just an example, okay? 3, sorry, the value is what? 3 directly. E of x square minus E of x square, you will take 6 in place of 16. 6 square, so 6 square is what? 36. So when you will minus, you will get minus 33. Okay, so that means first you will write E of x square, then minus of E of x the whole square. So this section is known as mean. Understood? So whatever the value you will get, first you will put the value of E of x square, then E of x, remember it is square, so you will square this number, subtract, add whatever you will be getting in the question, and then you will get the final answer. Understood? Okay, so understood how to present, how to find the answer. So first you will find E of x, then after that you will find E of x square, then you will find V of x. Okay, so what is the formula for V of x? E of x square minus E of x the whole square. And this is just an example I took. The total for this 6 and total for this as 3. Okay, now the last part is what? To find standard deviation. So simply what you have to do, whenever you have to find the standard deviation of x, you have to find the square root of v of x. For example, suppose here in this case we are getting the answer as 16. Okay, so simply you have to find the square root of that 16. 16 square root is 4. So indirectly or directly we can say this 4 is the value of standard deviation. Okay, so I hope you all understood the concept. And remember, the column, whenever you have to find expected value, variance and standard deviation, this is the fixed box which you have to remember. So that means in the first column it will be xi, in the second column it will be pi, in the third it will be xi pi. For this you have to find the total. In the next you have to find xi square. After that the last column will be what? Xi square into pi. So for this also here you will get the answer. This is known as what? E of x, and this part is known as E of x square. This is the total of E of x and this is the total of E of x square. So let's take one example based on this, where you have to find expected variance and standard deviation. As I told in the first exercise, the majority of the sum, it is based on the point number 4, where you have to find the expected value, variance and the standard deviation. So let's take one example on this. Okay, so now here we have two example. In the first example we have to find mean and variance, and in the second example we have to find expected value, that means mean, variance as well as standard deviation. So first we'll focus on this first example, as this is known as xi and this is known as pi. Yes sir. Okay, so here we'll write like this. We'll take x as xi and p of x as pi. So therefore xi and pi, here we have 0, 1, 2 and 3. The probability value is 1 upon 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and 1 by 8. So as per the rule, just now only I had explained, you have to increase the column, where in the next step you will get xi pi, in the next column you will get xi square, and in the last column you will find xi square into pi. So xi pi, so you have to multiply these two columns. So 0 into 1 by 8, it is 0. 1 into 3 upon 8, it is 3 by 8. 2 into 3 upon 8, it is 6 by 8. As here clearly we can see that 6 upon 8, we can cancel this two number. We can reduce this number by 2. 2 3s are 2, 4s are. Okay. But don't cancel this number, keep the number as it is. I will explain why we have to keep the number as it is. Don't cancel, as here we'll get the denominator same. As the denominator is same, so it will be helpful for us. It will be easy for us to find the answer. Okay, if suppose the number here it is different, like if we cancel this number, if we reduce this number by 2, 2 3s are 2, 4s are. So here the denominator is 8 and denominator is 4. So what exactly you will do when you will solve, when you have to find the answer for this, you will cross multiply, or else you will make the denominator same. So for that only I am saying that this is not the final answer. Okay, the final answer will get here, yes or no. So final total, to find the final total, keep sit with that, try to keep the denominator same. So this will be what, 3 by 8 again. The next column is what, we have to find the square of xi. So this will be 0, 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Now we have to find the last column. That means simply you have to multiply this and this column. So 0 into 1 by 8 is 0, 1 into 3 by 8 is 3 by 8, 3 by 8 into 4 is 12 by 8. As I know, I can cancel this number, but don't cancel the number, keep as it is. Keep the number as it is, because when we'll see the denominator is same, so it will be easy for us to calculate. It will be easy for us to add the numbers. Otherwise, we have to stick with cross multiply, so and so other methods. Okay, so remember, keep the denominator same. The last one, it is 9 by 8. Okay, so now what is the first thing we have to find? E of x. So E of x is what? The total of xi and pi. Simply what you have to do, you have to add this all the four numbers, yes or no. As clearly we can see that denominator is same, so this will be 0 plus 3 plus 6 plus 3. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here you will get 12 upon 8. So now here we can reduce the numbers. 2, 6 are 2, 4s are 2, 3s are 2, 2s are. So here we left with 3 by 2. You can divide this number. So 3 upon 2 is what? 1.5. So here we got the value of E of x as what? 1.5. Understood? Now we have to find the variance. Before finding the variance, you have to find E of x square. So we'll see what is E of x square. That is total of xi square into pi, yes or no. So simply what you will do, you will add this four numbers, 0 plus 3 upon 8 plus 12 by 8 plus 9 by 8. Again, as your denominator is same, so we'll write one time and we'll add this four numbers. So where you will get what? 12 and 9, it is 21, 24. So 24 upon 8 So 8 ones are 8, 3s are. Okay, understood? Now the final step is what? We have to find the variance. To find the variance, what is the formula? First you will write e of x square, then minus e of x the whole square. Okay, now while substituting the value, be careful, as this is e of x square, this is e of x square, and this is e of x. So e of x square is 3, e of x is what? 1.5, but 1.5 e of x square, that means we have to square this number. So this will be 3 minus 1.5 into 1.5, that means 15 square is 225. So you will get 2.25. So as now when you will subtract this 3.3 minus 2.25, so here you will get what? 0.75 as an answer. And here no need of writing any unit, centimeter, meter, capacities. So in this way you will present your sum. First you will find e of x, second you will find e of x square, after that only you will find v of x, because we cannot find v of x directly without knowing the value of this 2. We cannot subtract this 2 number to get the answer of v of x. So remember the step. First you will find e of x, then e of x square, and then v of x. Understood? Got the point? Okay. As I hope you all understood all the concept. What is PMF? What do you mean by probability distribution of a discrete and random variable? As here I had explained about the random variable. There are two types of random variable, that is discrete and continuous. We took some example for explanation part. Then after that we saw CDF. As I told, we'll see this section afterwards when we'll solve the sum based on CDF. As your first exercise, in the first exercise, when you will focus on the first exercise, the majority of the sum, it is based on the point number 4, where you have to find expected value, variance, and standard deviation. So here I took one example where you have to find the mean and variance. First you will construct the table as I had explained. First will be xi, then pi, xi pi, xi square, and in the last column it will be xi square into pi. First you will find e of x, second you will find e of x square, then after that at the end you will find v of x. And the second question we'll see in the next lecture. Till then, good